Hey everyone, welcome back to English with Spicy Cities, the channel where I take you around the world with just your ears and imagination. Today I'm taking you to my favorite city on the planet, Tokyo. I spent 4 days and 3 nights there completely by myself last month, and honestly, I wasn't ready to come home. Day 1, getting lost and falling in love. My plane landed at Haneda Airport around 3 in the afternoon. The moment I walked out of immigration, everything felt so clean, quiet, and organized. I was supposed to take the monorail to my hotel, but guess what? I got on the wrong one and went completely the opposite direction. Normally that would stress me out, but in Tokyo, even getting lost felt safe. A kind old man noticed I looked confused, pulled out his phone, used a translation app, and spent 5 minutes explaining which train I needed. No one was in a rush, no one was annoyed. By the time I finally reached Shinjuku, the sun was setting and the city was starting to light up. I dropped my bag at a tiny capsule hotel, super cheap, only about 3,500 yuan a night, and went straight back out. My first real meal in Japan was a bowl of tonkotsu ramen at a small shop near the station. The broth was creamy, the noodles were perfectly chewy, and the pork melted in my mouth. I sat at the counter, slurping loudly because that's polite in Japan, and I remember thinking, okay, I could live here. Day 2, early mornings and perfect food. I woke up at 6 a.m. because I wanted to visit Tsukiji Outer Market for breakfast. The famous wholesale market moved to Toyosu, but the outer market is still full of tiny restaurants and stalls. I lined up for 40 minutes to get a seat at a place that's been open since 1948. They served me thick, sweet tamagoyaki Japanese rolled omelette hot from the pan, and a grilled eel rice ball. The egg was fluffy and a little sweet. The eel was smoky and rich. I almost cried. Breakfast heaven. After that I walked to Ginza and treated myself to tempura for lunch. Every piece was fried right in front of me: crispy shrimp, soft eggplant, sweet potato, light, golden, not greasy at all. The old couple next to me was eating so slowly and elegantly it made me slow down too. Tokyo has that effect. In the afternoon I went to Asakusa. Sensoji Temple was crowded with tourists, but I still drew an omikuji, a fortune slip. I got great good luck. I laughed because I had actually lost my AirPods that morning and found them again under the hotel bed. Maybe the fortune was right. Day 3, quiet neighborhoods and the best view of my life. This was my favorite day. I spent the morning in Yanaka, an old, quiet part of Tokyo that not many tourists visit. There are narrow streets, wooden houses, lots of cats sleeping in the sun, and tiny shops selling traditional sweets. I bought a stick of mitarashi dango, chewy rice balls covered in sweet soy glaze, and sat on some steps with a cat staring at me. Perfect moment. Lunch was simple but unforgettable. A convenience store onigiri and hot canned coffee from a vending machine, eaten on a bench in Ueno Park while the last cherry blossoms of the season fell around me. People think convenience store food in Japan is boring. No way. That salmon onigiri was life-changing. That night I went up to Shibuya Sky at sunset. It's an open-air observatory on the 48th floor. The wind was strong, the city lights started turning on one by one, and Tokyo looked like an ocean of stars below me. I stood there for over an hour. No music, no talking, just wind and lights. I felt so small and so happy at the same time. Day 4, last day, trying not to be sad. On my final morning I went to Shinjuku Gyoen, one of the most beautiful parks in Tokyo. I paid the 500 yen entry fee, found a quiet corner, and just lay on the grass watching clouds. Spring air smelled like flowers and coffee from nearby cafes. For lunch I finally did the tourist thing, and ate at Ikaran Ramen, the famous place where you sit in your own little booth. I ordered extra garlic and firm noodles, and it was everything people say it is. Before heading to the airport I bought Tokyo banana and some Royce chocolate as souvenirs, and had one last sushi set at Haneda. When the plane took off and I looked down at the city lights one more time, I actually got a bit emotional. 4 days felt like 4 weeks. So here's what I learned. Tokyo isn't just skyscrapers and anime and crowded trains. It's polite strangers, perfect food on every corner, quiet temples next to neon signs, and the feeling that everything just works. You can be completely alone and still feel completely welcome. If you're thinking about going to Tokyo one day, here are my 3 beginner tips. 1. Get a Suica or Pasmo card the moment you arrive. It makes trains and buying coffee so easy. 2. Don't be scared to eat at tiny places with no English menu, just point and smile, you'll be fine. 3. Leave space in your schedule for doing nothing. The best memories happen when you're just walking or sitting. Okay, that's my Tokyo story. Now I want to hear from you in the comments. Which place in today's story do you want to visit first? Shibuya Sky at night, Yanaka with the cats, or just a bowl of ramen at 1 a.m. Let me know, and maybe I'll go back and film the sounds for you. If you enjoyed this little trip with me, please hit like, leave a comment, and subscribe so we can travel together again next week. Until then, keep dreaming in English. See you in the next city.